Hello, 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 everyone. How's everyone doing today? Okay, you know how we do it here. Let me let's just get started here. Wonderful. So today we have Marvel Bliss, and Marvel Bliss was with us before when we spoke about the Spider Chronicles. So today is the Spider Chronicles. We're going to go into the Spider Dragon Wars, Lemuria, and if we can, some Atlantean revelations today. Okay, so Marvel Bliss, we're going to take about 5 minutes. If you want to take a 5 minute break while the people come in, do you mind? We can take a 5 minute break
Sure.
and we can wait for the people to start coming in. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to send out the messages now that we are live. Okay. Okay, welcome Apple Pie. Cat Hen Jakarta, welcome. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Avion, welcome. And if you haven't picked up the newsletter, you can go right ahead and pick up the newsletter. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how you can support me. If you haven't gotten the newsletter, you can pick up the newsletter right here. Okay, that's how you pick up the newsletter right there. Let me post it here. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, tonight we're going to have some fun. Let's see, we got 2 more minutes before we get started. Renee, welcome. E. Carter, welcome. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for joining. I'm just waiting here for some more people to come in. And tonight we're going to talk about the Spider Dragon Wars. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to take you guys to Lemuria. We're going to look at some really peculiar stuff. And tonight we're going to crack a really big code. First time watcher learn of your channel. And I learned about this channel from Richard Bruce. Okay, Renee Corsaro. Richard Bruce. Post his link so I can go check him out. Okay. If you want to support via PayPal, I can show you how you can do that. Okay. And what I'm going to do for the newsletter, okay, to support via PayPal, I would much prefer if you guys support via the newsletter, so that way I can send you guys something. Okay. And I'm going to have a sign up for the newsletter. Okay. So that way you can support there. If you want to support via PayPal, that's the link. Thank you so much. And if you want to support any other way, that's fine. If you want to support via Cash App, we can do Cash App. Okay, that's the Cash App link. Hello, Regina. Welcome. Thank you so much. I would prefer if you guys would support via the newsletter so that way I could send you guys material. That'd be really great. Azania, welcome. Welcome. We're going to have some fun today. Okay. Marvel Bliss, are you there? Marvel Bliss.
Yes, hey, I'm here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So the people are coming in. All right. Let me do a quick roll call. Jakarta, Cat Hen, Ikata, welcome, welcome, welcome. So people usually stream in really late from my channel, and then like the next day, that's when they really watch it. Apple Pie, welcome. Renee, MAB, Spirit, Regina, Azania, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so Marvel Bliss. So tonight we're talking about the Spider Dragon Wars,
Yeah.
and I realized where we are on the planet. First of all, Marvel Bliss was one of the rare people next to Harold Kautzvella who had interactions with these spiders. Now, ever since I came out about meeting this spider, many people have either like left a comment and one or two reached out to me regarding the spider. Not too many wanted to go online and talk about it. However, Marvel Bliss was one of the people, one of the few people who wanted to introduce herself, do an interview, and give us knowledge about her interaction with the spider. And before I have her speak, I'm just going to tell you the last thing that I encountered with the spider was that she escaped California. And I think the reason why she escaped or she was released was because a lot of people were waking up and realizing, oh my God, I think this spider thing might be real, you know. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they call it the web and they're spinning webs of satellites and we're crawling the internet and the internet is, you crawl the internet with a spider. So people began to wake up and they realized, oh my God, this thing is real, right? So Marvel Bliss is one of the people who actually interacted with this spider in space. I'm not sure if she interacted with the spider on Earth, but so the last thing I saw about this spider was that she escaped and she was moving across the Pacific. So Marvel Bliss, tell us what you know about the spider, your interaction with the spider, what's going on, any updates about her, background history. What do you know? Tell us.
So yeah, last time we pretty much went over the cultural importance of her and explaining her connection to the magnetosphere and thus also having a connection with us because through the unified uh, field theory, we all know we're interconnected with her. So, recently, my most recent interaction with her was when I went to Arizona and I went up to Spider Rock. So, this is a huge rock in Arizona. It's called Spider Rock. Um, this is connected to the natives and their stories of her. And so when I went there, I meditated and connected with her and received some very powerful messages in relation to what's going on with her right now. I think she's kind of misunderstood in a way, but I think there's a lot of us who are working with her to help her because, from what I understand, as far as Earth's body goes, she is not being hurt in that regard. Right now, it's mostly the satellites that are injuring her. So she's still battling with these satellites um, that are trying to basically distort her and target the people on Earth through that technology. So she also wanted me to remember something about the green energy of the aurora borealis. She said something along the lines that there's something we're to work with the green energy and remember the green energy through our plant life as well as the aurora. There's something about the green color that's really going to help her heal in a way. So really connecting with that as you're connecting with Earth is important right now if you want to help with the process that's going on. Um, and a bigger spectrum here. So I was also talking with her, and she told me she knew that they were infiltrating through dream time. And this is why she had gifted the dream catcher, because she knew that they were trying to come in, the invader races were trying to come in through the dream states. So she has given us tools that we need to remember and put in use right now. I'm trying to recall what else. I have all this recorded, but trying to remember what else. I think the three main things were it's mostly the satellites that are hurting her right now, and it's important to connect with the green color of the aurora borealis, and then it's also connected to our dream time and to remember the tools she has given us to help with these invader races that are coming through the dream time. Now, that's all the information I really got from her. She was really happy. She felt seen. She felt heard. She felt understood. But there's a lot of going on. There's a lot going on the planet right now, as far as the upgrading of her goes. I don't know if you've seen this, but the planet has recently shifted into more of a magnetic frequency from the core. So right now we're getting more of that feminine energy, that healing energy coming through. So this has been proven here recently that the core is actually becoming more magnetic. Um, so that right there tells me that all our hard work in trying to understand what's going on and helping her balance herself and gain control of her biofield again, her bioshield again, is really helping. Oh, and another thing she told me, she's the one who controls the light codes that are coming in. So she is the one who basically takes into account not only us humans, but all creatures. So she's the one who decides the influx of the light codes from the sun, and and yeah, that's another thing she brought up to me, that she's actually like the main person in control of that, which is another reason why they want control it over her.
Okay, so here's my question. So when I saw her when she escaped from under California, right? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I saw her moving across the Pacific. I saw her, this was all in retrospect, like she had already escaped. Then I saw her stop in Maui. So when you said what you said about the satellites, I was like, oh my God, she stopped in Maui. And then the satellites went off. Then I saw her move from Maui, and I'm about to show you guys something really crazy. She moved from Maui, and I saw her go into the Mariana Trench. Then I was like, what is she doing in the Mariana Trench? Like I saw her go into a black hole. And then she emerged from the Mariana Trench, and then she came up into the Dragon's Sea. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I seeing? And then I started to go into meditation. Let me make something very clear. because I discovered there are some videos online with people claiming that I am Lilith. I am not Lilith. I don't make contracts with entities. As a matter of fact, I have a contract with no one. I don't worship anything. Respect, reverence, and understanding, yes. Worship, no. Okay? So I am not Lilith. Okay, let me make that clear. I am not Lilith. Because I'm seeing people posting Renetta Jones, aka Lilith. I am not Lilith. Anyway, neither am I the spider. The spider is the spider. I'm Renetta. Where do people come up with this foolishness? Anyway, so I saw her emerge in the dragon sea. I immediately went into meditation, and that is when the entire revelation hit me, going back from the ISIS codes, the codes ISIS gave me. Now, my question to you is this: what I saw is different from what Harold saw, because Harold saw that the earth was going through a healing. You are seeing what Harold is seeing. I am seeing something different. So, my question is she trying to fight the negative emanations from the reflection of the people? Because you know, she reflects. Okay. So, like, if the planet shifts like 51% negative, that's what she's going to emanate. You see, if the planet shifts 51% positive, that's what she's going to emanate. So what I saw was a possible coming war, which is why I called this meeting today. So my question to you is: you're seeing a more positive shift. Harold is seeing a more positive shift. I am seeing a negative shift. And I try to be neutral with this spider because I'm like, I don't know where she stands. What is
Hmm.
your take on the spider, and what is your take about her moving through the Pacific?
Okay, so like I said earlier, she brought my attention to the fact that these satellites are hurting her and damaging her. So I think her going to this Pacific was in order for her to kind of stir up her energies. Um, as you know, the the Maui island is very important. It ancestrally belongs to Lemurian um, descendants. So there was a full attack on the people there and the energy of Earth's body to pull the energy of the electromagnetic frequency down. So we're in a full on war. Like it's touch and go every day, but I like to keep more a positive perspective. Um, and you know, things change hour to hour, day to day. So um, from what I can tell, there's been a massive undertaking of people either moving to Maui or helping to heal Maui in some form. Like I've seen just a big, um, a big group of people heading over there to help heal her and actually hold the energy to undo the damage that was done there. So, as you know, at one point was Lemuria. So we have the Spider Woman coming there. She is seeing what's going on. She fully knows what they're trying to do. She's brought it into people's awareness. She can. Now, yeah, the she can be both good and bad. Like people don't understand, and that's where she says she's often misunderstood because she told me she knows how to balance herself and she will do what she needs to bring balance to any situation for her body. So and I think that's what she's doing over there. As you know, sitting on that tectonic plate, you have the ring of fire that goes around um, the whole Pacific Ocean. So that ring of fire, you got that Pele energy, that volcanic hot fire meeting the water. Well, this is the primordial soup. Okay, this is where life comes through. So right now, I think she's creating some new energies and releasing even maybe some dragons to help with the correction of the ley lines that have been tampered with through this traumatic experience in Maui. Now, that happened during what was called a magnetic peak. So what these invader races were trying to do was actually gain access to the land there in order to reach these higher dimensional fields and gain access to them to either escape or let things in. And I think they got they got slammed big time, and they got caught up doing what they were doing, and now we're kind of fixing all the damages that have been done to the land and to the sea there. So this is what I'm sensing and experiencing is going on. Is a lot of damage control and healing going on. Um, Now, it may look bad in some ways, and it could very well be because, like she says, she knows how to bring balance. So, um, but then again, these satellites are messing with her, and she said that like they're hurting her. So she wants it to stop, and I guess she has to, take some people out. She will, or send her little spiders to address the situation in the land.
Okay, so I want to show you guys something. So you mentioned Pele, you mentioned the abyss, and you mentioned the dragons and Lemuria. And I want to show you guys what I have been meditating on. And I already have it outlined, so you see that I'm not making it up. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Now I can.
You can't see my screen?
I can see it, yeah.
You can? Okay, great. Okay, everyone in the chat, press 1 if you could see my screen. Okay, great. So I want to show you guys something here. Now, this is what I've been working on for a week before this interview, okay? As you can see, this yellow line is me. I drew this, okay? This line is supposed to stop in LA. This is Los Angeles, okay? She was under the Getty, okay? So she was under the Getty. And as you know, I'm no expert in the Getty. The Getty is Stephen D. Kelly's life's work, not me. But this is where I saw her. So in this area where this yellow line is. Okay, so I outlined this and it stops in LA. Actually, it goes on, but basically it's where the Getty is. Okay. Now I was trying to figure out, hold on, how did she escape? And that's when someone posted this. This is near Malibu. Okay, this yellow line is me, and this is Malibu. This is not me. Take a look at this. Do you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's an undersea base. Okay, it gets crazier. Okay, that's an undersea base right next to Malibu. Okay, Santa Monica Mountains, straight to an undersea base. Now we're going to follow where she left. So she left in this area. We're going to follow the line. We're going to follow the line straight across. This is the line I've been following for a week. This is what I discovered. Let me show you. Because I was shown she stopped at Lahaina. Okay. We're going to follow this line all the way out. We're still following. She stops smack dab in Lahaina. How is this possible? How is this possible? Smack dab in Lahaina. It gets crazier. From Lahaina, we're plotting her trajectory. Because I'm like, how does she stop in Lahaina? And then how does she end up in the Mariana Trench? Okay. From the Mariana Trench, check this out. Watch this. I plotted all the way up to where her army is, the Changbai Mountains, which is where King Uban said that she opened the gates under these Chinese mountains and is bringing in an army. Look at this. This is what I was plotting for a week. Okay? Now get this. Right here is the Dragon Sea. So look at this. I saw her move from under LA, stop in Lahaina, go into the Mariana Trench. I didn't see her pop up in the Dragon Sea, but yes, I did. I saw her pop up in the Dragon Sea in between the Mariana Trench, which is here, and the Changbai Mountains is the Dragon Sea, which is here in this region. Okay? It gets crazier. So I went into meditation. So as you can see, I plotted this. Okay? Right here. Path of the Spider. Malibu. Okay? This was a week ago. I plotted this. And even how she escaped, which is this undersea base. Right here. Because I was asking, how the hell did she get out? Right here, the undersea base. Okay. Now here's what's crazy. I began to meditate. Oh, sorry, Marvel. What do you think about this before I move on?
This is fascinating. Just the flatness of the top of that base right there. I mean, it's so distinct. It almost looks pyramid-like or mound-like.
Mound.
But
and look at the entrance.
Yeah, I see that.
And we've also plotted, look at this. Just to prove that we know this is a base, right?
Right.
Watch this. Watch this. When Isis first introduced me to the Lemurian codes, she said all of Earth's problems started. Sorry, 1 second here. All of Earth's problems started. Hold on. Come on. Okay. They changed Google and it's getting on my last. They changed the way Google operates, Google Earth, and it gets on my last nerve. I can't find anything. I can't like, and they did it on purpose, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, you know how they are. They did it on
Yeah.
purpose. Yeah. Okay, finally. All right, let's see if I can actually find it now. Hold on. Okay. So in the Philippine Sea, so ISIS, here we go. Remember these? Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
These were the bases, the undersea bases that are in the Dragon Sea. Remember this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know why they changed this thing. It's so annoying. And these structures here.
Mm.
Okay. Look at this. And there's another one here. All of this is near the Dragon Sea. These.
Oh wow.
Okay. All of this is ancient Lemuria, the remnants
Mm-hmm.
of what survived. Here's another one here. Another building. Okay. Kind of looks like a gun. Right? And this is a big structure that's like 60 something miles. And if you turn it around, look at this. Wait till it turns around. You're going to see the entrance look just like the entrance to the one in Malibu, except this is bigger. So you know this is a base. Look at this. We're going to zoom in to the entrance. Look at the entrance. Doesn't that look just like the one in Malibu?
Yeah. Wow.
And it has 3 layers. 1, 2, 3.
Very interesting.
Okay. So ISIS began to give me the codes for Lemuria. And she began to develop the codes until, the spider came into this area. Now, what's interesting about this was the revelation that was given to me when I saw the spider move in this area. When I first got introduced to the Dragon Sea, because I didn't know the Pacific had their own triangle, like the Bermuda Triangle.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacific Triangle's history, according to the Japanese and the Chinese, let's take a look at it. Right?
Yes.
Let's share this tab. All right, let me know if you guys can see this. I want you guys to see this because this is really interesting, right? Okay. Do you guys see Japan's dragon's triangle?
Yes.
Wonderful. This is encyclopedia.com. Watch this. The Devil's Sea. Stick a pin in that. Stick a pin in that. And the Dragon's Triangle is the same thing. Devil, dragon. Devil, dragon. Stick a pin in that. Is located in the Philippine Sea off China's eastern coast, is known for vanishing ships and seamen similar to the legendary Bermuda Triangle. While sensational theories for the mysterious disappearances speak of extraterrestrials and lost kingdoms under the sea wreaking havoc, others believe the region yada 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 yada. The area, which can be marked off on a map by connecting Japan, Taiwan, and Yap Island, has become known as the Dragon's Triangle after a centuries old Chinese myth. Listen carefully. According to the myth, dragons live deep beneath the surface and their movement can suddenly churn up waves, whirlpools, thick fog, and sudden storms.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important? Why is that important? Why is that important? I want to show you guys something. Okay? Now, I am not religious in any way, shape, or form, but I want to show you guys something. Okay? Now, remember I said to you guys that I saw her go into a black hole. Remember I said that?
Yes.
Right. Let's go here. Okay. Right. I said I saw her go into a black hole. Another word for black hole is abyss, is the abyss. Okay? Are you guys seeing my screen where it says abyss?
Yep.
Okay, watch this. In the original sense, and I don't go by a Hebrew paradigm, I don't go by a Christian paradigm, I don't go by a Jewish paradigm, I don't go by a Hebrew paradigm, none of it. I am just here for wisdom and
Yeah.
understanding. That's it, right? But I use all the wisdom I can find. Now, watch this. So she goes into a black hole and she comes up in the dragon's sea. She goes into a black hole. She comes up in the dragon's sea. Now, watch this. In the original sense of the Hebrew tehom, the abyss was the primordial waters or chaos out of which the ordered world was created. The term could also refer literally to the depths of the sea, the deep source of a spring, or the interior of the earth. Who said, Jakarta said, the Mariana Trench is the deepest body of water. Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that?
Yes, I did.
What do you think about that?
It makes sense. um, so I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff just talking about this right now with the dragons and the trench and them being the primordial beings. They are elements and elementals, so they do have control over things like weather, volcanoes, the fire of volcanoes, things like that. So maybe she was in that area, either trying to get help or assistance with what's going on with her right now, and
That's
basically,
precisely what I saw. Hmm.
yeah,
Sorry.
basically getting that primordial soup going with the Ring of Fire. Now, another thing that's coming to my mind is the fact that these ancient civilizations had control over tectonic plates. So that a lot of the pyramids and crystalline structures actually fed into the tectonic plates, and actually during Atlantis, that's how they destroyed everything with that massive cataclysm, is they blew up something that was connected to the plates, therefore having a massive underwater earthquake, which shifted the mantle and the waters of the entire globe. So all that you're bringing up right now is making me think of all this stuff and kind of tying it together to what's been happening over there in Maui, and just trying to understand, is she going to the dragons asking for assistance? Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be able to see this through some elemental um, anomalies, or just, I don't even know what to call it, the right word to say here. But
Hmm.
I think we're going to see um, some teaming up as far as the dragon and grandmother spider. Now, her armies, that's a whole nother story, because, like she said, she can and will bring balance to her body. So, and knowing that these spiders come from a negative, like fallen parallel, like an antiparticle kind of situation. So she might be calling on them to help assist her, and whoever's trying to stop her. At least that's what I hope. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, so watch this. Let's get back to that, right? So look at this. We're going to decode this. So the primordial waters, this is before Yahweh showed up. When Yahweh showed up, this is the rulers before the flood, because it says the primordial waters. The rulers before the recreation. Okay? When what the Jews call tovu vavohu. And let me make something very clear. I do not espouse a Jewish timeline. No, I don't. Okay? I believe their timeline is for them. I have my own. I don't live on their timeline. I don't live on their gods. I don't live on their religion. I have my own. Okay? But I understand that they're the ones with the money and the power. So they put everyone into their timeline. So we got to pay attention to what's going on, right? Now, watch this. The primordial waters is the waters before the creation. The abyss, this means that the abyss is the Mariana Trench. That's what it means. It said again in the original sense of the Hebrew tehom. Because what did Isis say to me? Isis said, if you want to understand everything that's going on, you have to start in ancient Lemuria. She didn't say Babylon. She didn't say Sumer. She didn't say Atlantis. She told me, she didn't say the Eye of the Sahara. She told me Lemuria. She said, start here. And where is the deepest part of the earth? Where is the abyss? The abyss is the Mariana Trench. It says it right here. In the original sense of the Hebrew Techom, the abyss was the primordial waters of chaos, out of which the ordered world was created. The term could also refer literally to the depths of the sea, which is the bottom of the sea, or the interior. That's the Mariana Trench, or any other trench, but this is the deepest one that we know of. And we are finding ruins in this area. So this is one of the abyss. Now, here is why this is really, really important. I saw her go into the Mariana Trench in a black hole. Another word for black hole is abyss. I saw her come up in the Dragon Sea. The Dragon Sea is here. I saw her come up in the Dragon Sea. So she went into the abyss, which is the Mariana Trench. I saw her come up in the Black Sea, which is here. And I lost her when she went into the Mariana Trench because she literally went into a black hole. But I felt like she went in there to energize. Then I saw her come up in the Dragon Sea. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Before we go there, I got to show you guys something. Got to show you guys something really crazy. Let me present another way, right? Let me present another way. I want you guys to see this. Do you guys see that logo on the screen? Everyone press 1 if you see that logo on the screen. Press 1 if you see that logo on the screen, guys. Thank you. Thank you. This is the NSA logo. We learned from Stephen D. Kelly's work. And Marvel Bliss, I want you to think deeply about what you're seeing. We learned from Stephen D. Kelly's work under the Getty that it's all controlled by the NSA. Can anyone tell me what symbol this is? What is this symbol? What is this symbol?
I would say electricity or lightning.
Thank you. And what is this symbol?
You have the key.
And what is this?
I'm not sure what that is. What is that supposed to be?
Doesn't that look like a chain link?
Oh, okay, yes. Now I see.
Okay. All right. So that's a chain link, right? So we see lightning bolts. The lightning bolt is coming down. Okay, look at the one inside of the shield. The lightning bolt is coming down. We see a key and we see a chain. Now, why would the original symbol, this was the first insignia for the NSA, okay, before they changed it. Now, why would the original insignia for the NSA be a lightning bolt, a key, and a chain? Let me just stop sharing and I'm going to present again. I'm just going to share my entire screen. Let's do, I have to do this one. Okay. Is this one working? This one is not. Okay. So we saw that, right? Let's take a look at this. Are you seeing my screen? Is it letting you show? Is it showing you my screen? Nope, it's not. Why? Okay, let's try this again. No, why it's not picking up those entire screen. Let's see here. Yeah, the screen. Okay, better. Why is that important? Okay, why is that NSA logo important? Let's see if we can pull up. Remember the NSA logo, lightning bolt. This is the original logo. Lightning bolt, key, and a heavy chain. Remember, Stephen D. Kelly said to us that the NSA controls everything underground, all of the cities underground. Lightning bolt and the NSA, there are factions, but the main faction are religious zealots, Templars,
Mm-hmm.
who are religious zealots. Okay, lightning bolt, key, and a heavy chain. Lightning bolt, key, and a heavy chain. This is Revelation chapter 20. Remember, we're dealing with Templars. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Templars are religious zealots. Okay? Before we go there, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. Luke 10:18. And remember who the Templars are. The Templars are the guardians of the bloodline of Jesus. Hold on. The NSA logo has a lightning bolt. Luke 10:18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Did anyone catch that? The NSA logo has a lightning bolt. Luke 10, remember the NSA are Templars. Luke 10 said they saw Satan. Does anyone know the other name for Satan? What's the other name for Satan? What's the other name the religious people call Satan? Sorry, it's going to take them a little while to respond. Type it in the chat. The other name for Satan is the Lucifer and what's the other name? The devil. They call Satan the devil, right? Lightning fall from heaven. So when Satan fell from heaven, the devil, Satan fell as lightning. Stick a pin in that. We're tracking the NSA. So we know lightning is another way of saying devil. Okay, Renetta, that doesn't mean anything. Back to the NSA logo. Lightning. What's the other symbol? A key. And what's the other symbol? A heavy chain. In the NSA's shield, and the NSA controls all the underground cities, and the NSA is a bunch of religious zealots. Okay, why is this important? Revelation 20. Revelation 20. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the abyss. Another word for bottomless pit is the abyss. And a great chain. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning, key, chain, angel. Is anyone seeing this?
Yeah, because the eagle usually is representative of the seraphim line.
Angel, exactly. The NSA is saying in their logo that they have the key and the chain and the lightning in their shield. What is the NSA saying, people? Remember, the NSA is religious zealots, not the NSA above ground. The NSA below ground, which controls the underground cities. Hold on. Let's keep looking at that logo. And he laid hold of the dragon. Hold on. The dragon. Did you say dragon? Where, 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 where? Hold on. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it on the screen?
Yes.
Are you seeing the dragon C on the screen? Are you seeing the dragons? Are you seeing
Oh,
the dragon C?
it just left. Um, there it is. Yeah.
Are you seeing the dragon C on the screen? Let me put it again. Let me put it. Hold on. The dragon C. The dragon C. This is the dragon's C. Is anyone seeing this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the NSA. This is the dragon C. Whoa, Renetta. Renetta, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? By the way, Indigo B, thank you for being here. I repeat myself, and I'll continue to repeat myself 100 times because people have been under mind control. How many times, Indigo B, did you say the word corona? Do you know if you repeated the word corona more than once, it's mind control? How many times did you repeat the word vaccine in 3 years? Do you know if you repeated the word vaccine more than once, it's mind control? That's why I repeat myself. In order to break mind control, you have to repeat yourself. But thank you for being here. Let's continue. This is the Dragon Sea. Let's get to the NSA. What is the NSA's logo telling us? What is the NSA's logo Hold on. This share screen is very like I have so many tabs open. Hold on. Here we go. Entire screen. Great. What now that you guys see that the NSA has the key in the book of Revelation, the NSA has the angel. This is the angel, as in Revelation. The NSA's logo has lightning falling from heaven, as in Luke 10. And the NSA has the chain, as in Revelation 20. What is the NSA logo saying? Marvel.
Well, it seems like to me down the energy, like they literally have the key to
The bottomless, the abyss.
the abyss, yeah. The
The
dragons,
NSA, yeah.
possibly.
The NSA has the keys to the abyss, people. The NSA has the keys to the abyss in the book of Revelation. Now, you ready for this? Let's continue. This is where it gets really crazy, people. And cast him into the bottomless pit. All right, let's prove what bottomless pit means. Okay. The term, let me make this bigger for you guys to see. Don't forget the NSA are religious zealots, the ones at the bottom, underground. You ready for this? The term bottomless pit is actually, can you guys see the screen clearly? The Greek word abyssos, which is usually translated abyss. What did we learn the abyss was? Which occurs several times in the New Testament. Watch this. The abyss is the holding place for the disobedient angels that followed after Satan. Now, watch this. In the original sense of the Hebrew tehom, the abyss was the primordial waters or chaos out of which the ordered world was created. The term could also refer literally to the depths of the sea, the deep source of a spring, or the interior of the earth. Who has the keys to the bottomless pit? Who has the key to where Satan is?
The NSA.
The NSA. Now, watch this. Here is the other question. Where is Satan and his army located? It is not in the Middle East. It is not in the Middle East. Let's go back to their book, Revelation. It says it has to be in a bottomless pit, in an abyss, in primordial waters, where there was chaos. It has to be the Pacific Rim. Why? The chaos would be from the volcanic eruption, the Ring of Fire. The primordial waters, this is the waters before creation, it has to be so deep that it goes into the earth. That would be the Mariana Trench. And the devil would have to be bound there. What do the Chinese call, the Chinese and the Japanese call the area? The Dragon's Sea. Now here is where it gets crazy. Watch this. And cast him into the abyss and shut him up and set a seal upon him. Guys, do you guys remember when we were remote viewing this area? We couldn't penetrate because we said there's a shield down there. How many was there when we did the live stream in this area? When we were remote viewing this area, we had to pull out because we're like, this area is shielded. That's the seal. Watch this. That he should deceive the nations no more, till the thousand years should be fulfilled. Watch this. You ready? And after that, he must be loosed. Did you guys catch that? Who has the keys, people? Marvel.
NSA.
And what does it say? Because remember, the NSA are Templars. What does it say in Revelation 23? And after that, he must be loosed. Who is the one entity that can break shields?
I see.
Are you guys seeing this?
Mm-hmm.
What is the one entity that has the electromagnetic power to break any? The Bible calls it a seal. Another word for seal is a shield. What is the one electromagnetic entity, the entity that can destroy any shield?
Well, that would be Grandmother Spider.
Okay, so the question now, Marvel, she is in that region. What do you think she's there for?
So, do you think she's there for good or bad? Do you think they're manipulating her to try to break into the Devil's Triangle?
She's in the Devil's Triangle. What I'm trying to figure out is, hold on, let me stop sharing. What I'm trying to figure out is she doing this on her own?
Mm-hmm.
Or is she doing this as an act of revenge for them holding her hostage
Mm-hmm.
and torturing her?
I see.
What do you think?
Well, she has a right to defend herself, is the way I look at it.
I agree.
But to unleash the primordial, yeah, that's that's a little drastic. Um,
I wonder if this is an act of war for, let me show it to you in writing. Let me show it to you
mhm.
guys in writing, because I think it's gonna make more sense in writing. Right? Hold on. Okay, hold on. There was hold on. It's watch this. This is the army. Um Revelation. Okay, Revelation 9. Sorry, I forgot to mention this one. I want you guys to see this one. Okay, now watch this. Let's share screen here. I want you guys to see this. Check this out. Okay. And the fifth angel sounded. I saw a star fall from heaven onto the earth. A star. And to him was given the key to the abyss. a star. A male entity with a star that was given the key to the bottomless pit, which is in one of them, is in the Pacific. One of them. There's another one. Watch this. And he opened the abyss. That's the bottomless pit. Okay. And there arose a smoke out of the pit, a volcanic eruption, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. That's the ring of fire. I think
Yeah.
all of this is dealing, I'm sorry, all of this is dealing with the Pacific. Now watch this. Someone mentioned the army, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of earth have power. I wonder if they really saw locusts, or if they saw her spider army. Why do I say that? This John saw an army come up from under the abyss. That's the Pacific. During a volcanic eruption that darkened the sun. Okay? Meanwhile, we have leaders on this planet calling for what? Darkening the sun. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then they saw this massive crawling army of insects, but I'm wondering if it's a spider army. Now, watch this. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses, prepared unto battle, and their heads were as it were crowns of gold, and their faces was the faces of men. Now, we saw those bases under there. Did we not see the bases at the beginning? We saw those bases. So something is going on under there. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. This is chimera, people.
Mm-hmm.
Chimeras. This is genetic experimentation. We know there were several videos posted talking about um, certain countries having military bases where they were creating a spider army that looked part spider, part human. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I saw. Now, watch this. They had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men for 5 months. Okay? Their breastplate and so on. I wanted you guys to see that, right? Now, check this out. Now, check this out. Remember what King Oban said. King Oban said, let me just go here. Watch this. Follow the line. It's going to move. Boom. Chiang Mai Mountains. You see where it ends?
Mm-hmm.
Chiang Mai Mountains is where King Oban said he showed an army of spiders. If we follow the Chiang Mai Mountains under China, the Chiang Mai Mountains under China, we follow it in a straight line. We're going to end up in the Devil's Sea. Right? And then we're going to end up coming out of the abyss. People, we have to watch this. They had a king over them. The Bible says a king because the Bible doesn't recognize too many queens except for like one or two queens. They said they had a king over them, which is the angel of the abyss. The name in the Hebrew is Abaddon, and in the Greek, Apollyon. This is the abyss, people. This is one of the abysses. King Oban told us we have an invasion going on in the Chinese secret program. The Chinese secret program. I want you guys to think about it. Think about this. And I'm going to let you speak, Marvel. Okay? I'm going to leave that on the screen. Let me just push this back here. I want you guys to see this here. Changbai Mountains, Dragon Sea. Can anyone tell me what was the Chinese culture before communism? What entity did the Chinese worship? The Chinese and the Japanese. What entity did they worship? A dragon. A dragon. The Chinese are a dragon culture. Think about what you just heard. Okay. And who has the keys to the abyss? The NSA. And what is in the abyss? A giant army of hybrids, part human, part, he calls it locusts, but I don't think it's locusts. I think it's spiders. Okay? Marvel, go for it.
So the insectoid um, invader races, essentially, is what you're saying. Now, when looking at the NSA symbology on their um, code, um, the lightning bolts. Okay, I read this kind of different. Lightning bolt to me is when you reach enlightenment. It's like that strike of lightning, like you're fully activated at that point, and it's a representation of lightning. Lightning's also electric, which we know is more of the masculine. And then, of course, the key to that enlightenment and maybe even harnessing of that through the tectonic plates of these underwater temples that were once a part of ancient Lemuria. Um, and also the seraphim lines we know are connected to the eagle grid, and there's a schism between that line that is in the process of being healed right now. But as you can see, a lot of our government has taken full advantage of this knowledge and how to manipulate certain genetic lines. And I think that's what's going on and being represented in this shield is the tampering of the energies and the harnessing of those energies and used to basically distort and invert um, those energies. But the interesting thing is how the dragons are coming into play right now. Now, uh, dragons are free will beings, so we know that they can be both good and bad, just like humans. They are elementals. They are primordial beings. So this particular dragon that they're talking about, they have the key to, um, is it would be that primordial fire, that I believe the other cataclysms um, utilized in the destruction of these ancient temples. So, and I think they know full well what they're doing. And oh, Renetta. Yeah. So the Bermuda Triangle we know is connected to ancient Atlantis.
Mm,
And then this other triangle is connected to ancient Lemuria.
mhm,
So I think we're seeing them potentially try to um, either use her or she's being vengeful and going after what's happening to her. Um, and thereby asking for assistance from these hybrid insectoid beings who are from a fallen parallel. in order to try to hopefully go after the NSA and those entities that are trying to interfere with her full potential and expression on Earth, and the ones that are trying to lock her down and hold her back. But yeah, all of this is fascinating. And how do you feel she
I
is?
I don't know.
Um, you don't
I
know.
I feel that she is going to. I feel the NSA underground are a bunch of religious zealots um, that believe they have to bring in their Messiah because these people, by deception we shall wage war, order out of chaos. When they say
Mhm.
chaos, they're talking about the chaos of the tofu vavohu, what because they're religious zealots. You see,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
not just talking about chaos as in war and then rebuilding. They're talking about annihilating everything
Yeah.
and then bringing about order, right? And we
Mhm.
know that they released the arachnid intelligence, aka AI,
Mhm.
which is programmed as a Terminator AI. We know that they're telling us they want to block out the sun. When we
Mhm.
read their interpretation of Revelation, which is the Apocalypsos, which they got from the Sibyls, in the Apocalypsos, they say in their book that there's going to be a fire and the sun is going to get blocked out. How is the sun going to get blocked out? Because the primordial waters is the Pacific. Now, there is another place where they're bound in another trench, and the other trench is in Atlantis. So, what I see happening, and this is what we learned from Stephen D. Kelly. Okay, we learned that all these underground bases, underground cities, not all of them, but the vast a lot of them are controlled by the
Mhm.
NSA. The NSA are factions, but for the most part, they're Templars, which means they're religious zealots. Okay,
Mhm.
and they are JEWS. They are Zionists and they're Nazis. So what
Mhm.
I think is going on is that, and here's the crazy part about a faction of them, the esoteric occultist Zionists, Zionazis, who are JEWS, okay? They believe that when they're climbing up the Sephiroth,
Mhm.
when they get to Corona, which is the highest part of the Sephiroth, this is
Mhm.
how we have to know what's coming. If you didn't get the newsletter, get the newsletter, okay? Get the newsletter. The highest part of the Sephiroth is called Corona. That's what it translates to. We were under Corona the last 3 years. Now, what does that mean spiritually for the Zion Nazis and their Sephiroth? They believe that when they get to Corona, they get closer to God while the non them devolve into chaos.
Mhm.
Did you guys catch that word? Chaos. Order abkayo. What's the chaos? The chaos is the destruction that comes up out of the abyss. Guys, did you catch that?
Another thing about that lightning too, the Bailey Sun groups, which is the Black Sun groups, use the symbology of the black sun with lightning bolts coming out of it. Um, I think that may be definitely at play here with what you're talking about right now. Um,
And remember what Stephen D. Kelly said, and I'm quoting him because I have to quote him because this is his terrain and a lot of the knowledge I got from him. He said when he met with
mhm,
them, they weren't afraid about wiping everyone off the earth. This is the event, people. I believe this is the loci, this is the event. I believe they kidnapped that spider. They tortured her and tortured her. I
Mm.
believe they released her, knowing that she would go into the Pacific to be energized. And how would she be energized? By setting the Pacific rim off. That is a massive amount of electromagnetic energy. What's going to happen when the Pacific rim goes off? The dragons are going to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Electromagnetics. It's going to break the shield that's holding the dragon.
Mm.
The volcanic activity is going to go off, and it's going to break the shield that's holding that army. That army. And remember, what did we learn about Lilith? Lilith was angry at the judgment that was placed on her children. Her
Mm.
children are bound there with the dragon. I believe this is the event. There are two places. There's a second place, there's a trench in the Caribbean, and I'm going to do the Atlantis codes another time, but this is the Lemurian codes.
Okay.
I think this is what's going on. Go ahead, guys. Marvel, your turn.
Yeah, um all of this is going to make me go and further investigate everything that you're saying right now. Um, I do believe there's positive dragons that will assist, um, and those who are watching right now who have the capability of holding certain shields in place in order for this not to happen. Um, I believe we can all pitch in and help in this process. Now, as far as her and her children go, um, obviously she's using her children as a way to get back at what's being done to her. And I think if we address the satellite issue as well as what these negative forces are doing to pull down the electromagnetic expression of her, um, it will probably counter her and maybe settle her down if we have enough people to help in the progress of her reaching her full organic expression, not this distortion, manipulated tactics to gain control over the populace. Uh, so, um, oh, Kira Shah, yeah, primordial sound, primordial water, symphony of creation, yeah. So you're talking about the three light waves that actually hold the time matrix in place. But I also think there's also a primordial void outside of that that even goes on further to like the ultra verse. Um, but the primordial dragons are basically the beings that kind of seeded life through those like from the beyond into here. But yeah, these satellites are definitely major concern. I mean, over the past couple of years since the whole Corona thing started, they have launched outrageous amounts of
40,000.
satellite. It's just
40,000, and they're
so,
about to launch
yeah,
30,000 more. Elon Musk, their Lord and
yeah.
Savior.
So this is all kind of uh,
The
tactics that
cobwebs,
they're using. Yeah.
the
And she
cobwebs.
said the grid networks and all that are on the planet are pretty much healed. It's these satellites that she is really not happy about. I mean, it looks like a cage. It looks like a chain. It looks like a net around her. Like, look at that. That's awful. And we have technologies to avoid all of this,
Now look
yet
at this. Are they spinning this artificial web, cobweb, because they're spinning it in our bodies. They're spinning it in the Earth's atmosphere. They're spinning it under the sea. There are cobwebs under the sea,
mhm.
cobwebs under the earth, cobwebs in our body, cobwebs in the animals, cobwebs in space. Are they doing it to trap and kill us? The mesh networks, absolutely. Or are they doing it to trap her here, to continue to use her to bring the planet to tovu vavohu without form and void, like what they did to Mars, and then pump Earth's atmosphere back to Mars and then leave us here to be consumed by the spider, the
Oh my
Martian
god.
wars? Because Mars is overrun by giant 200-foot spiders. And that's when I realized, oh my God, they're trying to bring us to Mars. What they did to Mars. Marvel?
Yeah, I mean, it's so complex, and it's even their spectrum of things. It goes beyond just our celestial realm too. What's taking place? So you also have to take into account the temporal wars, the land wars that are going on with the grid systems, them holding these keys hostage, knowing good and well that they are trying to execute their plan, which is a multitude of soft kill methods layered on top of each other, initiating all these webbings in our bodies and in our systems that are not organic to us. Now, we do have organic webbing. Um, we do have neural pathways. We do have the fibers, the fascia in our muscle tissues, and all of that. This is organic. So connecting with that within our bodies, because again, I want to repeat this and bring it into people's awareness that our biofields also connect with the electromagnetism of the earth. So addressing our own fascia and webbings of our neural pathways and things like that could potentially help her heal um, from what's going on with these satellites. Now, if you have the capability of going after these satellites, which I've already, tried to, I tried to talk to her about taking these satellites out that are hurting, because some of these satellites are very hard to locate which ones are actually targeting her from what I'm hearing. My guess would be that these these ones that are hurting her are in a lower orbital of Earth, and I I want to also say that a lot of these satellites are owned by not only government agencies but also private commercial agencies too. So we need to be asking who owns these satellites. What are these satellites doing? Is it good? Is it bad? Are there hidden ones? What are these hidden ones doing? I mean, we know there's a lot of surveillance and stuff going on through these satellites, but there's also a lot of hidden weaponry too that they have, either through the electronic pulse or, just lasers and things like this. Um, we we really need to address the. I think this is the next step, is really to address that. And to get her in a state where she doesn't feel like she needs to call on her armies to help her, because like us, we also have a shadow side. She's got a shadow side too. If she feels like she's being destroyed or distorted or being withheld from her full expression and representation, yeah, she's going to unleash her armies to counterbalance. And that's what she said. She said she's misunderstood because she's trying to bring balance to her body. And she said she'll do it any way that she needs to. She knows how to balance her body, just like we intuitively should know how to balance our body. And that's when she started talking about the green energy. And she also was talking about other stuff too. So, um, yeah, this, I think we can avoid, um, we can avoid their plans and override their plans, but we just really need to do the inner work on ourselves as well as the earth right now and really help her overcome these enormous challenges. I mean, um,
I want to show you guys what I think, right? So I appreciate that, and you're absolutely right. Here is what I we have to confront. Okay, we cannot be all love and light, and we're gonna get this done. The vast majority of the planet took the cuckoo maluku oinky boinky cuckoo cuckoo. We're on YouTube, so we can't, the cuckoo. Okay,
yes.
right. Not only that, the satellites change people's behavior using signals. The satellites, we have to confront the fact that these signals alter people's behavior. And humanity has not awakened to the fact that there are no real criminals any longer. Criminals are being influenced and behavior modified due to these signals. We have to come to that conclusion. Now, here's the issue: these signals, and I am not religious, but you can open your eyes and see the more advanced technologically we become, the less empathetic people become, the less emotionally intelligent people become. So, what is happening is that there is less love as technology increases. Now, the key, because we're dealing with the group who controls, watch this, we are dealing with the group in charge of the intelligent. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just make this bigger here. As you guys can see at the top, okay? You guys see them at the top? You're seeing them, right? Can you see them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now they deal with what? Nsa, that's what I'm going to call them. Nsa, the lightning rod and the key and the chain with the angel on top of it, everyone knows who I'm talking to, provides foreign. Now, to the simpleton, they're going to think foreign as in not America. I want you to think about the word foreign. And when you think of the word foreign, don't think outside of the USA. Remember, double speak. So, what do you think they mean when they say foreign? Non human. Listen, they provide foreign signals intelligence. So they deal with intelligent signals that are foreign. Now, to the simpleton, they're going to say, oh, no, that's just signals outside of the United States. Now, who controls underground? Who has the key to the bottomless pit? They have a signal. Are they human? So we know if the Nsa, that's what I'm going to call them, because I don't need them coming after me. If the Nsa deals with foreign intelligent signals, then it is safe to say we are in a signals war. We are in a frequency war. We are in a wavelength war. Therefore, if we see that under the earth is cobwebbed, under the sea is cobwebbed, the atmosphere where we live is becoming cobwebbed, outside of the earth is cobwebbed, very few will have the emotional intelligence to deal with foreign signals, foreign intelligent signals interference, which means we're going to need help. We're going to need a booster. We're going to need a booster. When I say a booster, I'm not talking about rockets. I'm not talking about the two different kinds of rockets. You know, this rocket and that rocket, because we're on YouTube. We're going to need a boost in an intelligent signal to counteract the pervading foreign intelligent signal. And I believe that that intelligent signal is this, that has to be pumped into, hold on, let's see here, this one. I believe this is what we need, a super consciousness. We have to get between 500 and 700 hertz infused into the cobwebs. What do you think, Marvel?
Yes, and I think this is where that green energy she was talking about comes into play. Because she was like, remember the green of the aurora borealis and all the plant life. There's something, if everyone can at least get into that green energy, which it looks like it really needs courage or higher, preferably love. Um, I
I think
think
we
this,
need to start at love. What do you think?
yeah, yeah,
And when I say that, I mean this as an actual weapon. I'm not talking about a state of consciousness.
right,
70% of the planet at this point in time are incapable to reach 500
yeah,
because of the rocket boosters, okay?
yeah, yeah.
Boosting the rockets out into space, right? The booster rocketry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I think has to be done is that whether it is a military or whether it is hackers are gonna have to start hacking the grid and then pumping into the grid 500 to 700 hertz
Mm-hmm.
into the grid, and then or pump it into the ley lines, and then by proxy those ley lines are going to infuse it back into the humans,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because I don't think the human race has the, I don't think too many people have the amount of love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. The enlightenment is the royal purple super consciousness. I don't
Right.
think a lot of people have that in them for us to counteract these energies. And they just sent off that signal. So I'm talking about a military type weapon of love, joy, peace, and a super consciousness of enlightenment into the grid where the cobwebs are. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a excellent strategy. Um, I think even us individually could do this and maybe concentrate on because when the 5G tower thing initially started happening, this is kind of like what me and my team were doing as well, was we were pumping it into the 5G towers and basically overriding the signal that they were pumping out. Now the same thing with the ley line work that we do, it's the same thing. But we need it on a massive scale. We need everyone to help out. And if we have access to those military technologies and to those celestial star families with that kind of technology to help us in the situation,
Oh, hackers.
and, and yeah, or hackers, and these people, like get them on board, like please.
Because here's
And
the
let's,
thing, if we just pump it into, let's say we pump it into the United States, the entities are
mhm,
just going to run to the Europe, Africa,
yeah,
Central America, South America, across the Pacific, Asia. Okay,
yeah.
we got to pump it into the entire, and the only one who can do that is the military.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. So I think what has to be done is we have to build the weapon and pump into all of the cobwebs 500 to 700 hertz nonstop, nonstop. Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with an army that was bound. Keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind. Royal blue to royal purple. Okay. We're going to be dealing with an army that was bound that's going to be released after they block out the sun, which they're telling us they're doing, because it says when that sun gets blocked out, that army is coming upon the earth.
See, and that's another thing she brought up is she controls the influx of or the influx of the sunlight coming in, the codes that are coming in.
That's
She
yeah.
controls the influx of it. So the sun is also going to be our weapon as well. And everything that you're saying, it just all ties together. I see it in my mind. I hope everybody else can understand where I'm going with this and see it too. Um, but yeah, this is going to take a massive scale of either all of us individually from wherever we're
Mm,
at,
mm.
with the sun, with the earth. I mean, yeah.
We got to get it done. We know what the
Mhm.
solution is. The solution is a super consciousness love between 500 and 700, and it has to be pumped into the entire grid constantly until these entities leave. And that's how we take back the planet. Love up to 700, a super consciousness. Otherwise, they believe, these religious zealots, they think that they're going to have their paradise on earth. But unfortunately, if they succeed, we are going to end up like Mars, overrun with giant 200-foot spiders. And they already have their bases on Mars.
Mhm.
And I think what they're going to do is bring those spiders here and then take Mars. And we're going to have to deal with these things. And there's no dealing with these things. They can be in multiple places at once and they're 200 feet.
Yeah.
Okay? And they're going to be pissed. And they're
Yeah.
just going to open a gate from Mars after they cause what they call tovu vavohu here, which is chaos. After these religious zealots cause their tovu vavohu, they're going to be hiding underground
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be watching from Mars. They're going to just open up a gate and then send those things here. They're already sending it here for under the Chiangmai Mountains in China.
Yeah.
The army is already in China. The army is already in China. The army is already in Antarctica. And I believe the army is already under the Dragon Sea. So the next thing to happen is for the Pacific Rim to blow. We have to stop that. And the date I believe that's gonna happen, the trigger event for destruction is 410, April 10, not 10/4, 410. Okay, Marvel Bliss, thank you for that. What are your closing thoughts? And thank you
My
for
closing
not
thoughts
hopeless.
are, remember, we have tools we can use to counter this. Just remember and connect with that love frequency inside of you. Everyone can help individually. And if you have contacts with your star family, military, whatever, bringing this information into their awareness so we can counter this. And also those who work with the dragons, the positive dragons, you know, what we can help this situation. We can do our part to help in the matter. But right now, it's all about bringing the awareness to everyone of what's going on, because a lot of people, because they took the cuckoo, uh, they have no idea. They're still under this veil of what the
We are on
nature.
YouTube, so we have to avoid the rocket booster program to Mars.
Yeah, avoid it altogether. Like, let's kick them out of the
Yeah.
galaxy.
Do not go to Mars in the rocket boosting program, okay?
No,
Don't go, no, rocket boosters to Mars. Go ahead.
no, no. And another thing is connecting with the sun, working with the sun, getting that energy into the planet to help her, like being a conduit where the earth energy and that sun energy and that green energy in your heart all meet together. We can bypass a lot of their planning and really mess up their whole scheme, because we're not going to repeat this bull crap anymore. I'm not like we're pulling in the highest timeline, the highest golden source frequency timeline. We're not on their time anymore. Their time is over.
Marvel, thank you so much. My closing words, well, it'll be a couple of closing words. Marvel, thank you so much for being here today. I want to say, guys, go to YouTube now and within the next couple of weeks, start downloading love frequencies, peace frequencies, healing frequencies, because many people are saying YouTube is pulling the pure frequencies down. They're pulling them
Mhm.
off of YouTube, or what they're doing is they're putting under the frequencies like cuckoo frequencies.
Yep.
Okay, so people are thinking they're getting the pure, and make sure when you go, make sure it says the pure tone, like 5 what is it, 528. It has to say pure frequency tone, only that. Okay, and if you're not going to do YouTube, there are apps where you can get it, because a lot of people are complaining that YouTube is undergirding those frequencies with mind control frequencies. Okay, so you're
Yep.
not getting the pure ones, right? So that's the first thing. So download that. Now here's what you could do on an individual basis. We know that the negative, aka evil, aka service to self entities, cannot live, that is demons, that is ETs, that is interdimensionals, that is undersea entities, that is physical entities. They cannot, and that is extraterrestrial entities, they cannot thrive in 528 hertz. So, for a personal weapon, as a personal weapon, this is what you could do. Always keep the 528 frequency with you. And whenever you find yourself in a difficult situation, blast it. Why? Those entities will run. They cannot be in an environment saturated with 528 hertz, the love frequency and higher. So 500 all the way up to like 800. So that's something you could do on a personal level. Okay, that could probably, sorry, I could probably get you through the storm. But if there's no planet, 528 is not going to do anything if you don't have a planet, right? So it has to be a collective action. There's stuff you can do individually, and then there's collective action, right? So remember that chart, and please start getting your frequencies, 500s and up, royal blue to royal purple, and keep that with you as a weapon, right? And your tuning forks. That's also another good one. Okay, Marvel, thank you so much for being here today. Tell us about your website, how people can contact you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Renetta. It's always so profound talking to you, and it just gets me put on the right track of what I need to do next in the grand scheme of things. And I always appreciate your perspective on this kind of stuff. You can find me at elementalbliss.net. That is my personal website. I sell crystals, I do readings. I'm just here to be of service to anybody who may need the help. Reach out to me. I'll be glad to help in any situation that I feel I may be of assistance. But I'll see you guys out in the ethers, that's for sure. And I look forward to our next conversation. It's always great to hear from you and get these updates. It just confirms everything that I've been experiencing and seeing. And yeah, it's amazing. Renetta, thank you.
Thank you, Marvel Bliss, and we hope to speak to you soon again regarding the Arachnid clan update and their queen. We know what's going on. If you want, you could just log out, or I can log you out. What would you like?
I'll log out.
Okay, no
Thank you.
problem. No problem. Thank you so much. So, guys,
Bye.
like, bye. Thank you. So, guys, we know what's going on. We know this is Elemental's website. Okay. Oh, let me just post it in the other chat. Ooh, Elemental, BLISS.net. Okay, great. Okay, so look at this. Guys, we understand, because I know a lot of people are saying we already won the war. Okay, guys, before a war can be won, you have to go through the battle. You actually have to go through the fight, which means that you're going to have to go through the war in the physical world. Because many people are saying, oh, we already won, we're on a different timeline, and da 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 da. And I'm like, people, open your eyes. Open your eyes and see that they're setting the stage. We don't have to go through a physical war. But until we get the majority of the population to say no to war, and this radical religious group believe in blood sacrifice, and I keep saying blood sacrifice to deities. And the very word sacrifice is what is getting us into these problems. You don't have to perform any sacrifice whatsoever in order to get the attention of the true creator. But sacrifice has been so girded into the mindset of people that they can't see that you don't need to perform sacrifices. Even sacrificing yourself or your family. This is not the way the Creator wants things. Okay? So with that said, those who believe, these radical religious zealots, believe that they need blood sacrifice in order for their God to show up. Okay? So, unless the human race rises up and they say no to war, they're going to push us into this timeline. So many are saying, oh, we already won. We already won, but we still have to go through the war unless the human race rises up and say no. People, we have to deprogram. All sacrifice is bad. All of it. Let me say it again. All sacrifice is evil. It's bad. There's no need for it. Thank you, Marvel. Okay? Let me say it again. All forms of sacrifice is evil. You don't have to sacrifice to get anything from a creator that created you. Does a child have to sacrifice to get the attention of their parent? No. This is programming. You know, like someone said earlier, Renetta, and these are just my statements, like, you know, someone said earlier, Renetta, you repeat yourself. I said, how many times did you say the word COVID in 3 years? How many times did you say the word, you know, whatever? You know, booster vaccines in like 3 years. It's programming. When you say something over and over and over and over and over and over, that's programming. And this is why I repeat myself. Okay? And YouTube, I'm not talking about any charts. I'm just using it as an example. Okay? So please, people, get out of your psyche all forms of sacrifice. You don't need it. Number 2, yes, we won, but they are engineering. These people are religious zealots. They're engineering a war. So we must stand up and say no to war. The war they want is a war where they unleash, where they open that pit. And the reason why I know this is because they're calling for the sun to be blocked out. Apple made a commercial where they said zero carbon. Why? Because there are those on this planet that are done with the earth. And we can't let that happen. All right, guys? So, guys, thank you so much for tonight. It was really fun. Next time, we're going to do the Atlantean codes. Wait till you guys saw the code that was given to me that was broken. You're going to be shocked. Okay, so if you want to support me, I ask that you support me by going to the newsletter. I would like to give you something in return and purchasing the newsletter. Okay? So that way I can continue doing this. Hold on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking people's emails so I can compile the database, because I'm cutting down on videos because they are censoring like crazy, and they already struck my YouTube channel. Guys, please sign up on Rumble. This is my Rumble channel. Let me just go to Rumble here. Please, please break the programming. Please, please, please break the programming and sign up to my Rumble channel right now. It's easy. Break the programming, sign up to Rumble. Please sign up. Better yet, follow me on Rumble, because they already struck this channel Follow me on Rumble. Black Sunrise 007 on Rumble. Let me say it again. I'm going to say it at least 100 times. Black Sunrise 007 on Rumble. Black Sunrise 007 on Rumble. Black Sunrise 007 on Rumble. So follow me on Rumble. If you'd like to support, you can support me via PayPal. This is the link. I would prefer, if you'd like to support, send whatever you can, whatever you want to send to there, and I will send you the newsletter, okay, as a gift in return. Okay, guys? So, thank you. Love you guys. Hold on. Thank you. Love you guys. I am not Lilith. I am not a spider. I don't worship anything. I don't contract with anything. I am here to find a way out of this reincarnation cycle of build and bust. Build and bust. We build you up, then we break you down. We build you up, and then we take your soul and recycle it. And then we build you up. No, I want a way out of this mess. Okay? And that's all I'm doing. Looking for the true way back to the creator. I'm not coming back here. I'm finishing this fight here. I'm getting justice here. I'm getting justice now. And then I'm off to higher realms. All right, guys? So, guys, please support me. You can support via donation. And when you do, I'll send you the newsletter. Love you guys. Love each other. Stay in peace. Peace out.